What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. This is actually a combo I've been sitting on for a really long time now, and that's Gouki's. So this is kind of a test hand, but more than anything, this is a combo that plays under Nibiru, which is extremely important for combo decks. And also, it's like this is one of the worst case scenarios, quote unquote. It's like, oh, I hard drew my Red Eyes Fusion. What am I gonna do? Well, I'll show you exactly what you're gonna do and how much disruption you can actually get out of these cards. I remember like when I first started getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, this was such a big strategy, like with Firewall around. And now that it's unbanned, we'll see if it's still useful, I guess. So, Suprex, if this card is normal summon, you can special summon a Gouki from your hand. I didn't have one in this case. So again, trying to reiterate that this is like almost not the ideal hand. It's not even that great, right? But when it's sent from field to graveyard, you can add a Gouki card from deck to hand. So that could be like rematch, of course, something like that. And I also have an extender in my hand here. It cannot be normal summon or set. This is Blue Mountain Butterfly. Must be special summoned by its own effect. When you normal summon a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And of course, all the Goukis are warrior monsters. And this is just another card that's just general support. If you control a warrior monster, you can special summon it from the hand. Obviously, that's all you're using here in the deck. They're all warriors. Alright, so we've special summoned twice so far. This is Ice Souled. I think we all know what this does, but in case you don't, and this is your first introduction, if this card is a link summon, you can add a warrior monster from deck to hand. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot normal summon or set or special summon monsters with that name, nor activate their monster effects. And this second effect, you can send any number of equipped spells with different names from your deck to your graveyard, special summon one warrior monster from your deck whose level equals the number of cards sent to the graveyard. Alright, it's exactly what you're going to do, and like I said, when this is sent to the graveyard, you can add that Gouki card to the hand. So you can add yourself a rematch, which is very nice. And you can add from deck to hand a Gouki Headbat. Sure, why not? Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and send just one. That's all we need because, we want to be able to use rematch, obviously. And you don't want to have too many equipped spells in the deck anyways, like, most Ice Soul decks do. Alright, so now you can convert all of these into an Appaloosa. And there you go, there's your 5th special summon for the turn. So now their Nibiru is offline. And again, since another Gouki monster was sent to the graveyard, lets you add another one. So you can add one Gouki card from deck to hand, and we've already added a rematch. So we can use that rematch, and if this card says target 2 Gouki monsters in your graveyard with different levels, special summon them in defense position. Well, we special summoned the 1 earlier, so we got the 1 and the 4 here that we normal summoned at the start of the turn. And you can convert those two into a Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. If this card is special summoned, if it is co-linked, you can special summon a Codebreaker 0 Day from hand, deck, or graveyard, which is pretty nuts, to zone a link monster points to, and we have plenty of those, obviously. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to special summon this Codebreaker from the deck. It's Codebreaker 0 Day. This card actually has no truly important effects. It's just something to use as an extender. But you can now go into Codebreaker Virus Berserker when this card is special summoned, if it is co-linked, which of course it is. You can special summon up to 2 Codebreaker monsters from your hand or graveyard to zones a link monster points to. Once again, we have plenty of zones. So we can bring the 2 back we just used a link summon with. Now, since those 2 are dark monsters, we can go into a Rusty Bardige. As you guys know, this card is quite good. So we'll send to the graveyard a Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. This card lets you banish to add a Phantom Knights card from deck to hand. While also, Rusty, by sending it to the graveyard, we get to set a Phantom Knights Fogblade. So we already have 3 negates with the Appaloosa and another monster gate here. Alright, so we can go ahead and banish the Ancient Cloak to go into a Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. Now this might be where you special summon this and go to Predaplant Verde Anaconda for the Red Eyes Fusion. We unfortunately do not have that at our disposal right now because we hard drew it. But no worries, there's still plenty of options in this kind of link heavy deck. And we can convert both the Fogblade and the Virus Breaker into none other than Firewall Dragon. So we have, well, I drew the Infinite Impermanence, so I don't really pay too much attention to that. But we can banish the Silent Boots to grab a Phantom Knight Spell or Trap, and that can be a Fogblade. So ignoring the Infinite Impermanence we have in our hand, or in our possession normally, the 2 Fogblades, so 2 monster negates on the field, the monster negates that we can use for the hand or the graveyard, and also we can bounce 2 monsters. I think that's pretty good, so that's just one Gouki combo. I really like Firewall Dragon. It's like one of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I thought this was a pretty neat combo that I forgot to just make a video about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.